We may find out in just about a day. Okay, the Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary. He is the chairman of O'Leary Ventures. Good to see you. The clock is ticking. You have made one heck of an offer, $20 billion in cash for TikTok. Have they said they want to accept your offer at all?
Difficult situation because you've really detailed it well. The reason it goes dark is the servers, the American servers, those companies, Oracle and others, have to abide by the law. So at 11:59 on the 19th, they will shut it down, or they're going to be fined $5,000 per user every 12 hours, $1.7 billion. So they're not going to do that. What we need to have happen here is the company should sign Frank McCord's and Kevin O'Leary's LOI, the only one I know to be valid right now. The company has it, and give them and ask President Biden, who has this right now, to give us a 90-day extension, which he's allowed to by the order of Congress from the original situation. It's built into the order. And then it becomes Trump's deal on 1205. We need to work with both administrations. I've got all my companies, 60% of their digital spend is on TikTok. 6.5 million American families make a living off this. We can't let this go dark. The path is clear. Unless someone else has an LOI they can sign so that Biden can actually grant the 90 days tomorrow, it's going to go dark because no American service provider is going to risk $1.7 billion fees, fines a day.
It's prudent for them to not risk
it's clear
it.
that it has to happen.
Kevin,
I love the
I wanted
drama.
to say one thing though. LOI, just for our audience, letter of intent. I'm assuming. Remember, we're going to break it down for everyone who doesn't have $20 billion in cash to offer to buy TikTok, right? Number one. But the idea of why they've said, is it actually for sale? You may have a great offer. But are they saying that are you having any indication that they want to even sell it? Or are they going to essentially go dark and say, look, based on what you've said, all the people who need it, all the Americans who rely on it for their livelihood, you guys figure it out because we know how valuable our asset might be.
Ball is not in our court. The ball tonight for the next 20 hours is with Xi. He decides. He will give the decision as to whether or not the company can sell the assets, excluding the algorithm, which clearly today, on a 9-0 decision by the Supreme Court, said, and if you look at paragraph on the bottom of page 5 and 6 of the actual opinion, we cannot buy the algorithm. That's clear.
Do you still want it without the algorithm?
Our offer, no, we don't. We can't buy it. It's clear. The Supreme Court has decided we cannot own the algorithm. McCord and I have said we will not buy it.
Is it still valuable without it to you?
We put we think it's worth $20 billion. We're willing to talk about it. We don't know with certainty. We haven't seen the assets of the company. But the whole point is everybody involved in this, Xi, Trump, 6.5 million American businesses, we got to keep it lit up. We don't want to turn it off. So the path is clear. It's indicated in the original order of Congress. Sign the LOI. The only LOI I know of is the McCord-O'Leary LOI. Sign it, get the 90-day extension from Biden, and let Trump administer it past 1205 on the 20th. This is the craziest situation I've ever seen. But all my companies are on this. 60% of our digital spend. We can't let this go dark. And here's the thing that you really have to think about, because it really matters. It's not in our court. Xi and Trump, the two of them. I suggest that if Xi lets this go dark, I think he's going to make Trump unhappy. Not a good outcome for these two men who have a very, very difficult road ahead together. The right thing to do is to allow our syndicate to enter into an LOI, to extend it. I don't think it's a good idea to piss Trump off. That's all I'm saying.
Well, one person you haven't mentioned is the TikTok CEO, who's going to be at the inauguration. We just heard him play a video. Some people say there's nothing like an in-person eye contact discussion to get a deal signed. Are you going to try to talk to him at the inauguration? That's where he's going to be.
Listen, I will talk to anybody. Frank and I have been working on this. We stay awake 22 hours a night on this thing. We'll meet anybody. I'm flying up to Washington in the morning. I think I'm meeting 20 senators and lawmakers. But it's really in cheese court right now. It really is. And I would say to keep our two nations aligned, think about what you're doing here. I mean, I know there's a lot of issues. I get all that. But when you think about the average American family, 6.5, 7 million of them making a living off this, I don't know. You really, really got to think about the future. And I think Trump and Xi have a special relationship. It's adversarial in some ways, cooperative in others. Trump and Xi are going to decide this. It's Trump's deal at 12:05. Frank and I are going to work with Trump on this thing and this is a Waltz thing. It's everybody's thing.
We'll
But
see.
It's not good.
It's
It's not good.
Well, certainly I've heard from a number of content
It's
creators.
not good to shut down small companies in America.
I
It's
hear your
not good to
position.
shut
We'll
down
see
small.
if they believe 20 billion is enough to be persuaded, or if they want to sell. I want to turn. Thank you, Kevin O'Leary.
I didn't say it was.
I didn't
We
say you
put
said-
it on.
I-
We put
I
it on the
said-
table.
I'm not the one you have to convince. I would take the 20 billion, honey. I'm saying the people who need to actually make the decision about it, who are going to look at it and say, I didn't say it was up for sale. I know how powerful it is. You've already agreed that we don't have the leverage. The nature of the deal means that who has leverage will be able to make the best decision. I guess we'll see what happens. Thank you, Kevin.
I'll give you 21 billion. Ready to go?
Now make it 30.